And top of the morning to you here on this St. Patrick's Day. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Owatonna Today Show, where you can see us 6 days a week right here on Charter Channel 8. And if for some reason you can't, you can always find us on the internet. We are on blip.tv as well as YouTube and on Facebook. Like us on Facebook, and Leanne will make it easy for you to catch up on what's going on in your community because she does upload the most recent episode right to your news feed, so it's easy to find out what's going on. We do want to thank you so much for joining us right here on our show. And we are always looking for new ideas and people that we can interact with, part of our community, like at Perfect Day Cakes. And I need to apologize to Thea for not telling her hair was messy. So there you go, Thea. But like that, new business opening, if you have something like that going on in your area, let us know. All you have to do is send us an email at owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can call us at 390-5751 and let us know what's going on in your community. We do have a good show for you today. And I do want to thank Bremer Bank for becoming a part of our team and becoming a supporter. And we also are going to be talking about Youngdahl Living Center, as well as what's coming up at the Steele County Historical Society. Laura calls it that all the time, so it confuses me. So we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings, I'm Laura Resler, Director of the Steele County Historical Society, and I welcome you to our History Center. We invite you to join in all our activities, events, where we honor the past and look towards the future.
And we are back with the Owatonna Today Show. I have with me two people who are going to talk to us about an amazing exhibit coming up at this History Center. It is Russ Krebsbach and Laura Resler. Hi.
Good Hi.
How are you guys today?
Good. Happy St.
I
Patrick's
know,
Day.
right? You guys got your green on somewhere, right? Shh, don't talk about it. So what we're going to do, if you don't mind, is I'm going to have you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll talk about the History Center and then the great exhibit we've got coming up. So if you don't mind starting.
My name is Russ Krebsbach. I'm a Owatonna resident and an artifact collector.
Okay, good.
Laura Resler, I'm the Director at the Historical Society, and we're really excited to bring the Archaeology Show back for the second year in a row. It was fabulous last year, so lots of fun things.
The History Center, what is the goal of the History Center for when people walk in? What do you hope that they achieve?
Well, we're trying to showcase the history of Steele County, and then every once in a while like this, we reach beyond our borders and bring in Minnesota history as well. So, we look at it as a venue for, county and state history.
Mm-hmm. And you bring in a lot of different exhibits from around the state, but this is a local one that you guys developed? It's not from another area, or is it brought in from another?
The Archaeology Show is actually, and Russ can speak to that because it's one of the largest shows in the Midwest, and they came to us and asked if we would consider being the venue. So I'm going to let him talk about the history of the show.
And so do you have any other exhibits that will be opening alongside this?
Well, not opening alongside. We'll have part of the Entrepreneurs exhibit up, which is the newest exhibit that we have, and then the Korean War exhibit. We'll have Nickel the Buffalo will be out for the day because he certainly speaks to our, pre-European settlement. Mm-hmm. And then in May, we're going to be bringing in Transfer Memories, which is an exhibit of Minnesota Holocaust survivors that we're getting from Tolerance, Minnesota.
Wow. So that should be really great to come and check that out.
Absolutely. We try to change it up.
Well, it's good. So let's talk about, Russ, with you. Let's talk about this exhibit. First of all, tell me what got you started in finding these artifacts and making them part of your life?
Oh, it was a childhood thing.
No?
The sight of a little stone arrowhead kind of intrigued me, so one thing led to another, and all these years later, it's got a fun hobby, and a lot of large collection.
About how big is your collection?
Oh, it's hard to say. It's very, very large.
You just don't want to say, really.
Don't know the exact count anymore. I lost track years ago.
He took up 5 tables with his friend last year, so lots.
Yeah,
and that wasn't all of it.
It's quite extensive.
Yeah.
But
So, with your collecting, some of it you go out and find, or do you buy things? How
most
do you do
of
that?
it, most of it is found on the surface. The farmers till this ground, and when the rain comes, nothing left but the stone on top, and that's where we find them.
Okay, and so where do you hunt for these things? You specifically, what are some of your favorite spots? Or can
well,
you tell us that?
There's quite a few spots. Rice Lake around here is a good spot that we go to quite a bit, and Waseca area quite a bit. So the focus for the show is local artifacts, Steele, Waseca, Rice County, and there'll also be world-class collections from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, North and South Dakota. Great collections that very seldom get seen will be here next Saturday.
What is the importance of bringing these artifacts forward and showing people? Other than it's fun to go out and be in nature and find those things, what is the importance for someone to come and see the exhibit? What story does it tell?
Well, it tells the history of our state before European contact. And you'll see things from 12,000 BC all the way to fur trade or European contact times. Very educational, and we encourage everyone to come and check it out.
What is the format going to be? What will people see when they walk into the exhibit?
They'll see, first of all, they'll see Steele and Waseca County artifacts, local stuff.
Which will kind of give us an idea of what some of those things might be.
There'll be stone axe heads, knives, arrowheads, drills, a lot of day-to-day stone tools that were used in prehistory times.
Okay. And then expand it out into the Minnesota area?
It'll be mostly Minnesota area, and then also, like I said, there'll be collections from other states that are friends of ours that love the show, come and have fun with us, and they'll be displaying amazing collections as well.
And again, will the more house, like every day-to-day things, or will there be some extraordinary things there as well?
There'll be extraordinary things like beadwork, pottery, basketry, a lot of different things that were used day to day.
I'm guessing that with the beadwork and the basketry, those things aren't necessarily found objects. How do they get those kind of objects?
They've been passed down or traded down for generations, usually.
How long will the exhibit be as part of the History Center, at the History Center?
Our hours are from 9 to 3.
Okay, and it starts this weekend.
Right, Saturday.
And then it goes through...
Just Saturday.
So it's just Saturday?
Just Saturday.
Just Saturday.
But we do have a case, because that was important to us to illustrate that pre-European settlement. And so Russ and some of these other guys have been wonderful about letting us borrow some of their artifacts to have on display. So we keep a case and a small display up all the time now, pretty much.
Laura, it makes sense to me with Russ's fascination for this, something that he's done his whole life. But why is it important for us in Steele County to see where we come from, this history that was here before we even showed up? Talk to me a little bit about why that's important for us.
Well, I think, we always say today is tomorrow's history, and it's, as a society, if we look back, if it's 10 years, 20, 100, there's always lessons that can be learned from that. Hopefully, as a society, we appreciate our successes and the mistakes that we made. We try not to repeat again. So I think, that's where history, is a great teacher for all of us.
Is it sometimes hard to look at some of these items knowing that these people who were part of this no longer are in this area? They've been moved out. Is that kind of hard for you as a history buff to kind of know? Yeah,
because I think, and everybody feels differently. Personally, there's some atonement that, we have to make to these people. But then again, if we can show respect for their culture and try to build those relationships now, even to help repair the past, that helps us move forward too.
Again, I think, like you said, a very respectful thing. Well, Russ, you've brought us some items here that I'd like to talk about, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Let's start off with I guess that's an axe head?
This is an axe head.
Now, what would they use this axe head for?
It would have been hafted on a handle.
So the handle would go right where
the handle would come out this side,
okay.
And it's just basically a woodworking tool.
Okay.
It broke down anything you needed to break apart.
Okay.
And process.
So it wasn't used to, like we would think of an axe of cutting down a tree. It was more of a refinement tool?
Well, actually, it would have been for, after the trees were already fell, they would use something like this to break it up so they could use it for firewood.
Oh, okay. So they would actually use this.
Yes.
And so, how much sharper would this have been when they actually used it from what it is today?
It would have been considerably sharper. This one's kind of wore down. It would have been considerably longer.
Okay.
So that one's wore down quite a bit.
This one has been used for quite a while.
Probably 1,000 years.
I thought, wow. Or more. And so how would they make this kind of, do you know how they would make this tool to use?
Well, it started out as a blank stone.
Okay.
And then they would use another harder stone to peck the groove in it and shape it, and then they would polish it from there.
How long would it take them to create an axe head like this?
Probably about 8, 10, 12 hours for one like that.
Wow. And then you also have over here some arrowheads. Tell me, what are they made of? And it looks like they would have different uses.
Yes. Well, some of them are addle points. Some are arrowheads.
What's an addle point?
An addle point is a throwing object.
Okay.
Kind of like a spear that was thrown with a addle handle.
Okay.
The arrowheads, of course, bow and arrow.
Okay.
The knife, that's your classic processing knife, just like we have today. It's just that it's made out of stone.
Oh, okay. So the middle one would actually have been adhered to a wooden handle.
It would have had a bone or a wooden handle, yes.
Wooden handle.
Yeah.
And what are they made out of? What is the stone that they use for these items?
Well,
they look different.
They're different materials.
Yeah.
There's lots of different materials they used. In this area, they used a lot of Cedar Valley chert or oolitic chert, which is the large knife is an oolitic chert. The others are different types of chert.
And of course, the harder the rock, the better
Yes.
for these kind of
items. A lot
items.
of times, the large knife has got a lot of color in it. Tells me that it was heat treated to make the stone actually harder.
Okay. Wow. And so this is a beautiful display you have. What kind of other displays will there be? Will there be full, will we see an axe handle that's completely put together, or do you leave them in the condition that you found them?
But generally, we leave them the way we found them.
Okay. And so they just kind of show the natural way you found them.
Right.
And then, how do you know how these things, you weren't there, obviously, when these objects were being used. How do you know exactly how these items were used and can educate the rest of us with these items?
Our state's got a huge history in Indian culture. The State Historical Society has given us a lot of insight over research and digs and so forth. So we're kind of going by what the archaeologists are telling us, and it's pretty obvious it was an axe.
All right, it's this Saturday, from 9 to 3?
Right.
At the History Center. Is there a cost to come in?
It's free, but donations are appreciated.
Good. All right, well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
When using a fire extinguisher, we suggest using the pass system. Pull the pin at the top of the extinguisher that keeps the handle from being accidentally pressed. Aim the nozzle toward the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle to discharge the extinguisher. If you release the handle, the discharge will stop. Sweep the nozzle back and forth at the base of the fire. After the fire appears to be out, watch it carefully since it may reignite. If you have the slightest doubt about whether or not to fight the fire, get out and close the door behind you. This has been a safety message from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Did you know that it is illegal in the city of Owatonna to host or allow a gathering where minors will be consuming alcoholic beverages on your property or in your residence? Did you know that it is illegal to provide minors with alcohol unless they are your own kids in your own home? Underage drinking leads to increased risk of future chemical dependency, engaging in more serious criminal activity, and becoming a victim of a crime. Please help keep our kids and our community safe by not encouraging, hosting, or allowing underage drinking. This is a message from the Owatonna Police Department and the Safe and Drug-Free Coalition of Steele County.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Did you know there are families in Steele County that go to bed hungry every night because parents don't have enough food to feed their children or themselves? This is Stormy Traum from the Steele County Food Shelf reminding you that March is Minnesota Food Share Month. So far this year, we have provided food to over 500 Steele County residents, and the need continues to grow. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food by donating money or non-perishable food items to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $100,000 in the month of March. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for all your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
There is a destiny that makes us brothers. No one goes his way alone. All that we put into the lives of others come back into our own. We are back with the Owatonna Today Show, and I want to thank you for watching today and joining us as we are at the Youngdahl Living Center. And I'm going to do a quick introduction of these two beautiful ladies who are here giving their life and their energy to people who need them. So we'll start with you. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves and telling us a little bit about what you do here.
Certainly. I'm Carolyn Wheeler, and I'm the Executive Director at South Central Human Relations Center. And what I do here with Youngdahl is that I was part of the planning and development of Youngdahl Living with a good team of a number of others, some with our organization and some with our 10-county area.
Thank you. All right, and we'll have you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Barb Hertzog. I am the program manager, case manager for Youngdahl Living, and I work here every day with the 16 residents who live here doing case management, making referrals, helping them with their daily living.
Here we are on the east side of Owatonna, tucked away. Not a lot of people may know where Youngdahl is. So let's talk about a little bit what this building is. Tell me a little bit about why it's here and the purpose for it.
The reason that Youngdahl Living is here is that we knew that there was a gap in services for people who have experienced serious mental illness and homelessness. So about 5 years ago, we had the opportunity to use some grant monies and then over the course of a couple of years develop $2.2 million of development funds to create these 16 units of permanent supportive housing. And the purpose was to really stop the negative merry-go-round of people going from long-term residential treatment, a series of those placements, maybe back to the state hospital, into jails, being evicted, all that kind of thing because of their lack of the ability to sustain themselves in the community. So this facility was created with that in mind for single adults who have issues of homelessness and mental health, and to come here and feel safe in this community and develop their skills.
Well, I love that you call it a community, because right now we're in a community room, and there's other rooms that we're going to kind of check out a little bit later, but this is an opportunity for people to really come together and not be isolated in an apartment where maybe they don't feel like they are part of anything, but actually become a part of a group and hopefully at some point the larger Owatonna community.
That's really correct, because really people come here not fully maybe trusting what we're going to be, what we could be and what they could be. And I know we've heard, and Barb probably in particular because she works with people on a day-to-day basis, but we've heard the stories of people who have come to trust that this is a safe place where they can begin to work on their skills and support the other neighbors that they have in this community.
Well, that's what I would like to do is we're going to take a quick look at another community area that we have, a beautiful fireplace room. And then, Barb, when we're there, I want you to tell me a little bit about some of the facilities that you have here as well as the programs you have to help those people succeed. So stay with us. We're going to be right back. So we are now in what's called the fireplace room. And Barb, this is we talked about a community place earlier. This is another community place. And how does this community area atmosphere help in help the people of this facility become better society members?
Well, they're learning to just be more social with others. This actually room they use a lot for just relaxing. At times we are very emotional people, right? And at times with our mental health, we can become even more emotional over things. So this room is really utilized to just work on some calming techniques, which we have an armed staff within the building who does work on skills. And one of the skills they do work on is teaching them how to calm themselves, to help bring it back down, and make decisions once you're calm and not be upset and angry when making decisions like some people we all can at times. I was just thinking, it is very nice to come in here and relax because it is a very relaxing room. Even like our community room we were in just prior, we have several residents who live here who at point times in their lives haven't been able to have that connection maybe with their kids that they've wanted, and they've been able to use that room to have birthday parties that they haven't had for their kids. I mean, I remember when we first opened, one of them was so very excited to be giving his children a surprise birthday party for the first time. And they were, I want to say they were like 8 years old. Oh. And he had never been able to do that because he wasn't living in a place where he could do that. And now he was at a home and he could have a party for his kids, and he was just so overly joyed about that. And we've had that with many different people here. We try to bring family, make it a family thing if they have kids, because a lot of them do have children. Mm-hmm. And so we've had different events like, Easter egg hunts. We had a Mother's Father Day party. We've had, at Easter, we've had a buffet where everybody supplied food, and they had their families and children come. We just really want to work on building them back up who they are. Bringing, some of them have had issues where they've lost their families because of their mental health. That relationship has been severed, and bringing that back. And we've seen a lot of good there. We've seen a lot of them coming back and going, you're in a good place and you're doing a great job parenting. And it's really a good feeling to see them, feeling more whole again.
You mentioned ARMS. What does that mean?
Our ARMS worker is, she works on skills with the residents, teaching them daily living skills. Could be, relaxation techniques. It can be, how do you keep an apartment clean? It can be getting to the grocery store and buying groceries, eating nutritiously, making sure you're taking your right meds as prescribed by your doctor. Many daily skills.
Things that they maybe were struggling with before and wasn't allowing them to have a stable home. This is giving them that opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah, so we work on that daily here. And then I'm their case manager of the building, so then I also work on making referrals to those services outside the building that they may need. Also encourage them to work with the services in the building. And so
well, and you mentioned some of these life skills. You're also looking for opportunities for people to come here. And so what we would like to do now is, she mentioned apartments, and we would love to go take a peek at one and see what the new homes that these people have found. So we're going to go there, and then we're going to talk a little bit about opportunities you might have to help with the Youngdahl Living Center and really make an impact in someone's life. So stay with us. We'll be right back. And we're back. Tell me a little bit, Barb, where we are.
We are in one of our units. This is one of the 16 apartments within Youngdahl Living.
So it has one bedroom, bathroom. Kind of tell me about the facility. What is each apartment equipped with?
Each apartment it's a one-bedroom apartment with your living area, your kitchen, your bathroom. Every apartment comes completely furnished. We have the couches, the chairs, the coffee tables. We have place settings for 4 when they move in. We have a little bit of foods in the cupboards, but it's pretty much ready for you to move in and live, and just bring your clothes, and move in.
It's a facility that is really working towards helping people become, again, a part of the community and in a very healthy way. So there's opportunities for people to come and help here. Tell me a little bit about what you're looking for, maybe from the community to maybe come in and be a part of this.
Yes, we would really be interested in people who would like to volunteer their time, or even if people are interested in some employment. We have what we call front desk positions, and we have skills worker positions. And we've just been very fortunate in having good folks work here, but we're always open to some additional volunteers or some others. And if people were interested, I would just suggest that they could call us at 507-413-0827.
And it's also an opportunity to maybe see the facility, but also become a part of that.
That's right.
And so we have only about 30 seconds left. What impact have you seen this facility have on some of the residents?
I just think that it's made them know that they can be successful living in the community, being part of the community, and being this is like family to them. They're they're very protective of each other, and getting that relationship for one another and being whole.
A long-term, not temporary place they can live. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for your time. Really appreciate it. We will be right back. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Everyone deserves opportunities to have a good life, a quality education that leads to a stable job, enough income to support a family through retirement, and good health. But the reality is, many children fall behind, many families are struggling, and many others are in poor health. United Way's goal is to find long-term solutions. Thanks to a grant from the Otto Bremer Foundation, we're hosting community conversations this year to address these issues. If you'd like to join us, please call our office.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
And let's take a look at some of the community service announcements. The Steele County Food Shelf March Food Share campaign has raised over $45,000 and over 3,500 pounds of food. Their goal is to raise $100,000 and $2,000 and 2,000 pounds of food. Thank you for helping get the word out, talking to people about bringing food in or donations and making sure they do meet the March Food Share goal. The Steele County Historical Society will host an educational meeting for their volunteers, members, and guests this Tuesday at 1:30 at 6 p.m. in the Lang Theater, in continuation of a monthly series about the village of yesteryear. This month's presentation will be presented by Jared Ganfield and volunteer coordinator Dottie Ellingson, and will feature the cabins and town hall building in the village. If you'd like more information, please call the Steele County Historical Society office at 451-1420. Severe weather awareness is what's going to be the Steele County Safety Council meeting on March 19th. It's that time of year again. Come and listen, ask questions as Dave Purcell gives us a twister of a presentation on severe weather. Dave is the coordinator for Steele County Skywarn. It is this Wednesday. Lunch is from 9:30 until noon. From noon to 1 is the presentation. The lunch is $8. This all takes place at the Elks Club right here in Owatonna. And the Steele County Humane Society is seeking donations for their silent auction at their Pancake for Pets fundraising dinner on March 20th. All proceeds from the auction do go towards helping the homeless. So if you'd like to donate, please drop them off at Triumph Graphics at 625 East Main in Owatonna. And that Pancakes for Pets silent auction does happen Thursday, March 20th from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at the Owatonna Eagles Club. Tickets are $5 in advance or $6 at the door. Children in 5 and under do eat for free. Please join them, and if you do want more information about either dropping off donations or the pancake dinner itself, you can call 451-4512. And the Owatonna Elks Lodge is celebrating its St. Patrick's Day this Saturday from 5 to 7, as they're going to support the Homestead Hospice House with funds going to them. It's going to be an authentic Irish menu of corned beef and cabbage, and tickets are available at the Elks Lodge and Cod Keys. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on Wednesday when we're going to be talking to Dan Perky about 35W construction this summer and a look at what's happening at Pillsbury. Stay with us.